is Margaret Kanem, aka Lady Dexterity. I'm a person with disability and my disability type is visual impairment, but I don't mind if you say blind. It doesn't change the fact that I'm blind or I'm without sight. My blindness was as a result of an eye defect called glaucoma, and for those of us who know what glaucoma is, it's an eye defect that is an irreversible blindness. So I've been blind for over 26 or 7 years now. I lost it completely in 2001, but it started in 1998. There was this skepticism. My dad, though he's late now, he didn't believe, because medically they were trying to hinge it on hereditary, scientifically or medically. Well, my dad refused to take that. He felt no, it can't be anything hereditary. Nobody has ever been blind in the family. At this point, I'm talking about when the diagnosis had confirmed as the kind of eye defect I was suffering from. And then I was in school, I was a boarder, Federal Government Girls College, Abloma, Port Harcourt. That was where I was born and that was where I grew up. Most of my childhood was spent in Port Harcourt, River State. Academically, it was affecting my classwork. I couldn't see the blackboard. Back then we had this blackboard, we used the chalk to write on. Not today you have a whiteboard marker. Navigating through my studies was hell, even during exams. To the point that someone has to read my examination scripts out for me to write. Back then girls didn't understand what I was going through, but now they are women. You need to see the way of them who have been able to reconnect with me in life. They're like, oh my god, you need to forgive us. Back then we're just being kids. Do taunts me. Someone will come take my biro from me, fling it, and they're like, go and pick your biro. Can you see me? Maybe because they knew how it was affecting me. If I'm looking for someone, maybe my friend, I'm calling out to my friend, because sometimes the vision will it will clear up. So it was just like that. So sometimes when it happens like that, I can't see around, especially when it gets that blood or pick. So I'll be yelling out my friend's name and she's like, I'm here now, can't you see me? I'm right in front of you. So girls noted that. So sometimes they want to taunt me. They keep things on my way, maybe a bucket of water, and maybe that day maybe there's water scarcity. So I topple the water. When they see me come, they even nickname me. They call me Margaret Goggles. Yes, because after the diagnosis, at the point I was giving glasses, there were some eye drops. I had to use some tablets that were prescribed for me to use. They called it ocular pressure, for it to reduce what they call ocular pressure. In medical terms, they had said my glaucoma had gotten to its chronic stage, that it required surgery. So my dad rejected that, said no, for now he doesn't want, I'm too young for that. I think I was about 14 plus. So going back to school, these are my experiences in school. So they taunt me and I topple the water. Maybe they see me come and say, hey, Margaret Goggles is coming, because the glasses I was now wearing was very thick. So I toppled the water by mistake because I can't see it. I didn't see it clearly. Coming from the sun, especially the rays of the sun, used to really affect, my vision. They were like, hey, Margaret Goggles, you will fetch this water today. You are blind. You open your eyes and walk, Abby. So they were just being kids. It was a lot. But and then one day my friend just took off the glasses and threw it away. She said, if these glasses can't help you, then I don't understand. What is the point? Then there was also this mindset of maybe it's a spiritual attack and all. So when my dad came visiting, I told my dad that the glasses and everything wasn't helping. So my dad said, okay, maybe the hospital we went to, because it was the government-owned hospital back then in River State, UPTH, just like you have LUT. So my dad said, maybe we'll try private hospitals. We did. The same diagnosis. In fact, one in particular now told us in the year 2000, because as I said, 1998, that's when I noticed the eye defect. So now this was year 2000. You can imagine what I went through all the years in school. I remember that I wanted to write my junior WAEC, how it affected me on the first day of the exams. It was mathematics. The person sitting next to me, I'll never forget her, Isioma. She had to at the point detect the exam questions out for me to write. I didn't finish, but I thank God I still got a pass. Finally, navigating my life as an adult. So okay, eventually I had to leave the normal school. They confirmed I should be referred to a special school for the blind, where I had to go acquire certain skills as a now to live my life further as a blind person. Skills like learning Braille, learning how to read and write in Braille, typewriting that could help me still communicate with the sighted world. So I left the normal school. When I was done with that training, fortunately, I could go to a normal school again, Queen's College, Aba, Lagos. Yes, I'm a product of Queen's College. I'm a QC girl. So where I mingled with the sighted girls. But at this point, since the school had special education in their curriculum of studies, the girls in Queen's College were much, enlightened. They were much used to, let me say, living with, blind students. So in school, they were being called special students, and that was why I was able to complete my secondary school, wrote my WAEC, and then was able to further to the polytechnic. I attended the polytechnic in Enugu, Osisa Tech. That's our Saviour's Institute of Science, Technology, and Culture, which belongs to I am a clergyman, the clergyman who owns Madonna University, Father Ide. So there I read mass communication, and I eventually did my one-year internship. When I was done reading mass comm, I read mass comm. So I have a national diploma in mass communication. So it wasn't easy, I must tell you, navigating life as an adult, from point of being in a tertiary institution, attending your lectures. It wasn't easy. The same pattern I used in my secondary school, recording my lectures and having to read with an earpiece or earphone to your ears, then you type during exams for your lecturers to be able to read well, and give and score you. And then with all that stress, I thank God I was able to get, eventually I got a second class upper. Yes, that's what I graduated with. I did a one-year internship with a communication outfit called Reading 93.7. That is Silver Best Read 93.7. But getting a job wasn't. I must tell you, Nigeria, it's still a place where disability issues or that awareness isn't really there. The environment is not really enabling for us as a person with disability. So I couldn't really get a placement, in terms of a stable, sustainable job due to my disability, because you have an employer that doesn't even understand how to even relate with you as a person with disability, and the environment is not, the office environment is not even, enabling. They don't have what it takes, to employ you as a person with disability. So it's been pretty difficult. And the attitude of people in this part of the world, that's why I said that awareness, they still see disability as a taboo, as a bad omen. So you tend to face ostracism. You tend to face. I want to borrow the COVID word. You still face that attitude of quarantine. As I was saying, I was talking about borrowing the COVID word called social distancing. Quarantine, and all. Persons with disability have already been facing that, especially when you're, whether you're born with it. But the truth about disability is the first place where a person with disability can get that healing is the family. Yes, that's the immediate environment, the family. Once the family has accepted you, you're good, you're okay, you'll be able to navigate life, easily. So in my own case, I must tell you, my dad was very supportive. My late dad, God bless his merry soul, that I'm who I am today. He believed, irrespective of my loss of sight. He believed, especially when he saw how I could read and write again in Braille. Braille used to thrill my dad so much. I must tell you, it fascinated him so much when he watched me, read the Bible to him using my fingers. How amazing! How I can't even explain. He used to get so thrilled. It really fascinated him. Yes. So in this part of the world, we should have a non-discriminatory, policy in place that protects the rights of persons with disability. Let me use Lagos State as a case study. I live in Lagos, so I really appreciate the fact that I want to give the Lagos State government a bit of credit. They have a bus system or a transport system that I think it's a law. So persons with disability can commute on the BRT, that's the bus rapid transport system, free to any location. So that makes it makes it a bit easier to move around in Lagos State, but there's no provision or such a system in other states of the federation. You still need assistance because the officials already know is a standing law. So when you get there, they treat you, there's that they give you that attention. You don't have to queue. In fact, even if there's a long queue, you're in front. As a person with disability, you can be in front, and you don't pay for the service. But at the same time, there are routes I have to still go with, and the BRT doesn't go that route, so I still have to join the normal downfall, as popularly called here in Lagos, downfall buses or tricycle. Sometimes the attitude of the drivers, they those guys, some of them can be very, I want to say they are not very understanding. They can be rude. And sometimes the way they treat you as a person with disability, they can drop you in the middle of nowhere. They don't care. I've had such experiences where I even fell into a gutter because I was dropped in the middle of nowhere, just because he dropped. He suddenly, they have this attitude of they take you and say they are going your way, but in the middle they suddenly don't go that way. So at that point, they insist on you alighting from the bus, and they drop in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes they drop in a place that is not navigable for you as a person with disability. So before you can get someone to assist you, probably you fall into a gutter or an open drainage or something like that, get injured, and the environment is not even enabling, because our environment in this part of the world is not created for persons with disability to really thrive productively. So you're bound to collide with people in very congested or busy areas, places you have to pass. Like, even as I'm coming from this training, I go through places, Oshodi Market, and you see some people collide with you. They don't even, they don't even know that someone like you is out there. You're coming out to do your business. So they're just going like everything is normal. So they walk right into you. So how? So maybe the person leading you now say, "Can't you do it?" They're now like, "Oh, sorry." They don't. So the mind of the people is not even focused on the fact that a person with disability, a blind person, can just be going around doing his or her business. They are not used to seeing you around. Their mindset is already, a person that is blind should be at one corner begging, or should be confined, quarantined in a space. because here the disability is a bad omen. Disability is the end of life. There's nothing. There are a lot of superstition, a lot of myths surrounding disability makes them have that mindset. So we still have a long way to go when it has to do with enlightenment and awareness in this part of the world. I love to talk. I love the media space. I love to interact. I love to, talk to people, enlighten people, on issues, not only bordering on disability, but across board, all encompassing. I like to talk about a lot of things. I just love to talk. I sing. Yeah, I love music. I'm music inclined. I have music ears. I rap. I'm a rapper, and I'm also a beauty enthusiast. Yes, I love looking good. I love my skin glowing. So I would say I'm a skin formulator. So using the base, like the black soap base, the local soap we call black soap, or in Yoruba commonly referred to as Oshedudu. I can, refine that. You want it skin whitening, skin glowing, and all that. Then body butter, using shea butter as a base, or cocoa butter. I also can make essential oils, maybe like carrot oil, like avocado, like papaya, that's pawpaw oil. Yes. So I know I can give you prescriptions if you're having breakouts, acne, dark spots, fine lines. I know what you can do to eliminate all that. XFP Productions, where I'm being trained on how to become a socialite, that is a social media influencer. Yes, so far it has been a wonderful experience. I've learned so much. I didn't know that there were actually, steps, or how do I put it? There were actually certain prerequisites on becoming a socialite or an influencer. I just thought to just go out there, just be on social, just be in that space and begin to do your thing. I didn't know there were actually, guidelines. There are things, there are some knowledge you need to have before becoming, an actual socialite or social media influencer. So here I am. I've learned so much. I've learned that, and in fact, I'm really loving the experience. My intentions, well, I believe after this training, I should get an opportunity. I want to have a voice, and I want my voice to be heard in the media space. I want to be able to harness, the potentials, and also impact the knowledge that they have impacted in me. Yes, instill that knowledge, and I believe, yes, that's giving out my best as a person with disability, and those of my colleagues who giving them a voice, to be able to express themselves as persons with disability, since they are the most marginalized group of persons in the society, and to ensure that they are well integrated into mainstream society using the content I'll be providing. If I'm being offered a job opportunity, I'll be very confident to take it, because that's an opportunity for me to showcase the fact that, or prove to them that disability isn't inability. Like I had talked about attitude, because especially if I now have to work with an employer that understands how to relate with the person with disability, psychologically understands what it is to live with disability, particularly in this part of the world, I think I have to, that's an opportunity to prove myself that I'm capable, irrespective of my blindness. I can be productive. I can also, do my bit to, in contributing to national, nation building and national development. Getting a job will help me live a more meaningful and productive life. It will help me, get by, because as it is now, I'm barely holding up. I'm scraping by. Americans will say scraping by, meaning I'm just surviving, not having able to take care of my day-to-day needs. So getting a job will help me live a more comfortable life, take care of myself, and just help me have that sustainable, viable source of income. I really want to say thank you to XFP Productions for this opportunity they've given to persons with disability. It's a rare thing, I must tell them. I'll call them trailblazers at this point. Yes, they have set a pace, and they should really be applauded. It's really an applaudable gesture, initiative. Yes, so I really appreciate this opportunity they've given to persons, and they've been able to offer persons with disability to acquire this knowledge and training in order to help them live a more productive and active life. My trainers have been wonderful. I must give credit to one person in particular, my own trainer. Yes, my trainer, Ella. She's also a person with disability, but she's just a sweet soul, so wonderful. The way she bonds with each of us in the class, the way she makes the class look like, she doesn't make it look like it's really, she makes it look like a heart-to-heart kind of discussion while she's teaching. She brings in that she makes it conversational, she makes you relax. She studies your mood. I'll say she knows this person is not, this student is not is not happy. she will tell. That's why I said she's a psychologist. She reads the mind, and in that way, she's able to help you, feel more relaxed and comfortable while you're learning. So it has really been a wonderful experience learning, getting this training under her. She's an amazing person. Yes, I must tell you, she has a beautiful heart, and I really appreciate her. So I love my trainer. I would recommend this training because from my own experience, every person with disability should be able to have such an opportunity. So I would recommend it any day, anytime, to a person living with disability to come have the same experience I had also had. In every society, the government is supposed to be the sole enabler, or is the sole enabler of persons with disability. So the government should do more. I know, like I said earlier, I gave some credit to the Lagos State government, but the government needs to do more to ensure that they create an enabling environment for persons with disabilities to thrive productively by ensuring that they assist with some incentives or assistive materials or devices, particularly for we the blind. There are some devices we require that could help us live a more productive and active life and make us to also have that to be well integrated into mainstream society. Then they should also there should be laws. The laws that are already in place, Disability Rights Act, those laws should be well implemented and enforced. And therefore, well-meaning Nigerians, I'll say, a passionate appeal. If you have what it takes as a well-meaning Nigerian, you have the wherewithal, affluent enough, please do well to ensure that you support persons with disability. Support them if they have to go to those of them who are who have the interest of furthering their education. Please do well to assist with scholarship. Do them if you can also afford to buy some of these assistive devices, because they are quite expensive. I must tell you, really, really expensive. They are, because yes, they are technology. It's that have been innovative technology to help persons with disability or a blind person to live a more productive and active life. So you can assist in purchasing those devices, because they get them overseas. You can also assist in ensuring, if you own a business or an establishment, there's a company, and you see a person with disability who is qualified, please do not deprive them. Don't look at the disability. Give them the opportunity to prove themselves, to work and earn a livelihood for themselves. Yes, thank you.